Felon Unsecured says, so I assume live shots are not a thing. How much for you to do a rail on camera? None of that's okay. Tweb15 says, do you have a memorial service for your front door? Did we? That was good. Man, I have so many stories from that day. Crass Cat says, are you and Lady Rackets together still? I think so. I haven't checked in the past couple minutes. Yes, of course. There was a weird thing where everybody thought that I posted bond for unconditional release, but Lady Rackets didn't, or that I didn't post it for her. We posted bond the exact same time. I think now you can see the receipt, but for whatever reason, the county just didn't file it that day, and it went into the weekend. So everybody was speculating like there was some rift between us or separation. And at first I was like laughing. I'm like, that's funny. And then all of a sudden I realized, no, the county actually didn't file her unconditional release, and we had to get that taken care of because the county was incompetent in filing that. But no, we posted bond literally at the exact same time, have the 2 receipts for it. And I just had to go down to the courthouse and be like, hey, waive the receipt. And the lady's like, it's already taken care of. I was like, because it wasn't like you guys didn't do it on Thursday or on Friday or whatever day it was that we posted. I can't even remember. You didn't do it last week. So it's done now. And she's like, yeah, it's done now. I'm like, are you sure? Can I check? And she's like, yeah. So I checked and it's done. But yeah, people like and this is the fun of the internet, right? Like that story became Lady Raggers threw me out of the house, or I threw her out of the house, or I was setting her up to fail or something. And I'm like, the fuck are these people talking about? Holy shit. That was just the county fucking up. Hope Lady Raggers is doing better. Me too. Super Nerd says, look, Nick, even though you're gay, don't drop the soap. What's the equivalent of I am the one who knocks for the guy, like, not dropping the soap, but the other one? I am the one who mounts. Billy the Kid Law says, I'm sure Greg Doucette, Mars Girl, Jamie Markey, Shane Holmberg, etc. reached out in support, right? Yes. They all said they send their deepest sympathies. Robin Sage says, I hope you and the lady are doing okay. That's what we really care about. Look, we're in a shit situation, obviously. And all of that will be what it is over time. And right now, a little bug, in light of all that and in consideration of that, we are doing relatively okay. I mean, it's not fun, but we're alive. And, that's happening. I don't know what else to say. It's like, it's not the best circumstance, but all things considered, we're okay. Davis Mark says, having dealt with a criminal case before, I know these things take time. It's often in the defendant's best interest to delay things as much as possible. So I get it. Take care of yourself, Nick. And that is, what I'm doing. DT Poch says, show us the medallion and Red Bar's watching. What's up, Red Bar? I don't have the medallion up here. I'll bring it out sometime. I don't actually know where it is. It's somewhere in my office. But I'll bring it out. I don't care. It's just not up here. And I don't know where it is. Probably put in a box of miscellaneous shit for now. Indiana the Dog says, Miranda does not fuck. Don't wave her, right? I guess. Chichunia says, unbreaded. Not tonight, but that'll be part of the show still. Like, I'm not getting rid of the unbreaded segment. Phoebe Gigantor says, but have you seen Ratatatata by Electric Callboy and Baby Metal? Nope. Nick Naylor says, what was your reaction to the trolls in the Zoom hearing? You can see my reaction. There was someone who told me to kill myself, and I kind of just went, what do you do? I was mostly laughing because, so I was the first hearing at the arraignment, I believe. and they're like, okay, we're going to clear all the rooms and bring them in. And I started seeing a bunch of fat, ugly people, like with their cameras on, like way, like panned into the, like this number. Like I saw a bunch of those like weirdos. Believe me, if you've been to, there are places you can go to see these people, but you start seeing a bunch of them and you go, oh no, the court has no idea. The jail has no idea. Like they don't know what's about to happen. And I had no idea, like I was in jail, right? I don't have access to the internet. Like, it's old school, whatever. So I have no idea, like, who knows anything. But once I start seeing those weirdos fucking pop up, bloop, 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 and the judge is like, why are these chimes going all the time? And I'm like, oh, sir, those chimes are going to go for a while. Maybe the court admin could, like, turn off the notification sound or something, but nah, let's just let it go. And I start seeing a fucking billion people popping in. I was like, okay. And then when someone came on, they, like, had a giant, like, they had a dildo on the screen, just like, I was like, that was kind of funny. And then someone comes on and drops the N-word a couple times. And that's when it was that one, the Nick Rekieta, kill yourself. That didn't stop anybody. But the court's like, someone's like, N-word, N-word, N-word. And the court's like, whoa, we got to stop this. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, why do they get special treatment? They're not even here. That was rude. But, I mean, once I realized that the news is out there, people have found out about it and they're in the arraignment hearing. It's like, what do? You just sit here and laugh because the court has no idea what they're in for. The jail staff are like, we usually see a decent amount of people in these things. I'm like, oh, you usually do? There's like 9 pages of extra names on Zoom. You have no fucking idea what's going on. That's cool. Next. Indiana the dog says, can you do the other half of the SCOTUS oral argument Trump immunity case as a comeback stream so we'll get mad views and no ruling yet and showcase your mad skills? Maybe. There's been a bunch of really good Supreme Court shit going on. The NRA did something useful. That was cool. Good job. Ann B says, can the cat picture stay? I'm actually hoping that the background, I have to frame out the shot on the camera and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure how everything's going to look yet and what pictures will be in there. The Joker painting will be in there very prominently. Depending on how the shot is framed, the Johnny Depp and the cat painting may make quite a big appearance. But I have to kind of put shit on the wall and then frame the shot in the camera before I can say what will be where. Sorry, I had to get the rest of them to load up. Lord Boffin says, Rekieta Law tip, just say fuck legal mindset. All the best to you, Nick. Hey, thanks, brother. Chachunia says, love you, Nick. Happy you're back. We missed you. Seriously, hope you're doing well. Thank you. Koof says, thank you for not killing yourself. Every time. Every time. You're welcome. Casey1216 says, looking better. Keep being better, please. Okay. Candace Marie says, Nick, habits can be changed and corrected. Feeble mindset's eye, though, that is stuck in its way. Silver linings. Juggalo Debo says, still got your back from the day you started locals and will until you stop or I die. And how things are going. Fuck, where'd that go? And how things are going, I bet the latter is more likely. Cool. The Ralph retort says, thanks for confirming the interview. Looking forward to it. Hey, what's up, Ralph? Yeah, we'll be talking pretty soon, man. I'll try and get back to you and start working on a date so we can announce it ahead of time and all that shit. Poet says, great to see you, Nick. Hey, great to see you, the poet. Kazi Mayron says, great mugshot, locals gift. Yes, the locals gift was my mugshot. You're welcome. I've been planning it for a long time. No, the locals gift is still coming. I've actually, again, resumed talks with a new source for getting that done. It's no one needs to believe me. And I say, don't believe me on things I say. Just when I do them, you'll know. I am working on it. CBC Drinker 001 says, good to see you again. Hope all is going well. Yeah, it's terrific. It is what it is, man. Candace Marie says, hi, Andrew. I know you can't take your eye off me no matter how many cartoon tits are in front of you. Shit. Cedar Rose says, I'm on board for Sober Rackets trial streams. Hopefully they're good. Candace Marie says, Nick, just because you were standing doesn't make it stand-up comedy. Sober stand-up streams have a nice ring to them, though. Again, the standing for a stream, I ordered a stand-up sit-down desk a while ago on Kickstarter and everything got fucked. I should never order from Hungarians. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Just that company. But that thing has never been delivered. I don't know if it ever will, but it was cool. It's fucking awesome and I really want it. But the idea was that I could transition between standing up and sitting down a lot. But that hasn't happened. So, but standing up has always been fun for a lot of different types of streams. But it really does keep the showtime down because you don't want to fucking stand up for like 10 hours. Sausage Finger says, hey man, I've had a shitty day and you made me laugh more in 20 minutes than I have all week. Thanks, Rackets. Hey, you're welcome. Glad. Candace Marie says, here's some well-intentioned advice that you have seen and heard over 9,000 times. Candace Marie says, you talking to cops was beta, but throwing the warrant down saying it doesn't mean shit was top tier response I hope for. Again, at some point, maybe all of this can be talked about. Right now, you know, I did what I did and I have and had my reasons. And as far as hold your tits, county attorney, what I'm talking about is I did what I did in regards to the warrant and all that stuff. And all of that, like, obviously you do what you do in the situation that you're in. I'm specifically talking about the day of the execution of the search warrant. Yeah, people will criticize it or people will agree with it. It is what it is. And we'll see. We'll see how everything pans out, I suppose. Chili Cheese Jay says, good to see you back and looking healthy. Thank you. I have missed your old streams pre-Keffel's craziness. Let the retards be retarded and do your shit, Rackets. Much love. Hey, cheers. Mary is me247 says, what about the cat picture? Will it still be on display in your office? Love you, man. It will be on display in my office, hopefully more prominently. But again, I got to frame the shot, so I don't know. New York Renal MD says, praying for you. If you need medical help, DM on Twitter. Renal that's kidneys, right? Like mine's good for now. I'm sure I'll fuck it up eventually. But thanks, man. Candace Marie says, Dick has been begging for the Sonichu. Are you planning to send him it? He hasn't sent me a message asking. Dick just asked. Maybe I'll bring it to him in person. Let's see. Doc F1 says, fuck you. How are the kids you've devastated? I'm not aware of any kids I've devastated, but I hope they're okay. SEO Vibe says, everyone here at SEO Vibe and Palmyra Productions, nothing but the best for you and Lady Rackets and kiddos. 3 members on our team actually know you personally, and I'm sure they'll be in touch and in due time to wish you the best. It says and due time, which in the context, I don't think you want to say. In due time to wish you the best. I won't mention names here. TC, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Billy the Kid Law says, I don't know if you recognize my name when I chat sometimes, but you got me through some dark shit when my mom died in 2019. You always have my support, brother. Hey, happy to be able to offer just a little bit of light in the, in that tunnel. And I appreciate it very much. Doc F1 says, does Aaron still have visitation with Kayla? I don't know. I haven't checked with the county. Doc F1 says, plug youtube.com/Contra Indian 92 cut band. Get better and take care of your kids. Okay, God. Aloha from Kansas says, Nick, I believe in you. Can't wait to have trial streams back. Me too. And then we've got 2 more, and then we're going to wrap up. So way Locals works, it gets kind of hard to keep track of these. So don't send any more in. I appreciate them, but for now, just don't. Well, there's 3 more now. Lazy Bastard says, at least you weren't accused of trying to smoke Parmesan cheese you found on the carpet. 4 more. 5. God damn it. I said stop. Stop sending me. Yeah, no, that would be weird. Nick Naylor says, you might have already answered this or refused to, but any comment on what Aaron said, not the legal parts. Like I said, all of this stuff will probably be addressed in time, but the best I can say and the simplest I can say is that the true story lies somewhere divergent from pretty much any orated story. As for Aaron, he'll say what he says. People can assess him for who he is without my input. I hope he makes $1 million. Tiffanol said, I bought a super awesome standing sitting desk. Cool. Dusklight says, will you go back on the road circuit when you can? I would love to. My whole, I wasn't lying when I said, my life got fucking condensed and crunched, and the stress of life and my inability to even have fucking time to do the streaming schedule that I wanted was all real. And that hasn't really changed. It was supposed to lighten up as the school year wound down. Now I have currently some new obligations to deal with, but hopefully that'll loosen up a little bit and timelines will become more predictable. Because like I said, the show is going to, I'm not abandoning nighttime streams, by the way. But not all streams will be at night, and there's going to be a much bigger daytime presence, and then hopefully more flexibility on trial streams and shit like that. But along with that, going back on the road circuit, right now I have more pressing issues than, going out to places. It already pissed people off when I would go out and meet people in public, but the people who weren't there would get annoyed. Right now, that's kind of way on the back burner, but I love going out and meeting people. I love going and doing live shows and hanging out with friends on the internet, as like Camelot and Dick and stuff like that. But I also love just meeting you guys at stuff, and I would love to do some meetups. We may be able to do some Minnesota ones here pretty soon, pretty soon, whenever that is. At some point, maybe able to do Minnesota ones, but going further out than that, right now, I'm going to have to be around here a lot. I want to be very clear, I'm not on restriction. I can technically leave the state. I just have to make all court appearances. It's just, I have shit that I have to do here as well, in relation to my case, as well as in relation to life. So, we'll see. As soon as I can go and be out and meet people and do events, I'm doing them. Absolutely. And there's some events this year that may still happen with. It just all has to be kind of woven around everything else. Candace Marie says, get a scale, do a weight challenge with Vito. You gain 10 pounds and he loses 10 pounds every week. Weigh yourself and take Vito's booty. No, I don't want to gain 10 pounds right now. If I just gain 10 pounds right now, it'll all be eating because I haven't had time to get into the swing of a gym membership. So until this is right where I want to be prior to building muscle and bulking. The thing with being over 40 that you learn is when you bulk as a man over 40, you bulk directly into your fucking gut, which is why so many guys out there are absolute embarrassing specimens. I'm not going to sit here and pound calories into my gut. If I'm going to gain weight, it's going to be done where I want to gain weight. That'll be through a specific workout regime, and then I'll be increasing calories to, supplement that. I'm not going to do it by just eating a shitload and gaining 10 pounds. I could do that right now and keep gaining the weight I've been gaining, but what I'll do is I'll end up just putting it right into my belly because men over 40 do that. Avian 3 says, tip sent out of spite. Love you, bud. Get better. Thank you. Matt F79 says, I just wish the best for you and your family, Nick. You have a lot of support. Take advantage of it. Oh, believe me, I will. Creative Lawyer. Welcome back. Best in your absence. We had a fun to hire Bruce Rivers for you. Bruce Rivers is probably a great attorney. I don't know if he's the right attorney for me or not. I have never spoken to the man, but he seems really cool and a lot of people like him. Talking Trash and True says, don't send anymore. Don't tell me what to do. Xander's Rand says, how is Jim doing? Like, what do you mean? The Jim that I blamed? That was my favorite headline, I have to say, is like about that stream is like mysterious blames unidentified man named Jim. The Fox 9 fucking article that said I blamed an unidentified man named Jim. I was like, oh, that's so fucking funny. God, I wish this was happening to someone else just so I can make fun of that. God, that's great. Faust IXV says, why would you let another man come in your wife? Why would you let another man come in your wife? That's a philosophical question. Avian 3 says, what's it like being a black man? It's great. See you later. Billy the Kid Law says, when and if shit settles down later, you should try getting an interview with Ronnie Radke, falling in reverse. So I think that'd be fun. High on my list of people I want to talk to and do an interview with. I want to talk to him about art and creation, of course, navigating the criminal justice world in the context that he had it. Ghost of Recon says, I'm still trying to figure out what in that warrant was actually probable cause. Again, I'm not going to talk about it online. If I make any comments about the warrant or the probable cause or anything like that, you'll see them filed in court by my lawyer at the time that happens, if it's going to happen. I can't talk legal strategy or anything like that. You guys hopefully can appreciate that by now. All right, guys, with that, we're gonna say goodnight. Let me just get the chat back up. We're going to say goodnight. M.R. Publius says, I had a bomb-ass take on the warrant, in my opinion. Look, I have a bunch of personal opinions about the warrant. I have a bunch of legal opinions about the warrant. I can't share them online. Ghost of Recon says, fair, take it easy. Team F Squid says, I wish you could laugh at all the glorious memes, you giant faggot. Hope all goes well. Know that I am laughing in here and down where my pee is stored in the balls. And look, just because circumstances can take away the appearance of levity, no one has the right to take away your opinions. No one has the right to take away what you enjoy. No one has the right to take away your amusement. Always remember that. That's actually a tough one. That was tough for me early on because you have to rein in what you say. You have to, make sure like when you get arrested, especially in a small town and it's big news, every time you go out, you think people are watching you. You don't know who is or who isn't. Like you might just be walking past someone. They're like, oh, look at that idiot. He's wearing a stupid shirt. Likely true in my case. But you also don't know if they're looking at you because they saw you in a newspaper or something. And it's really like unsettling. But when you take just a second and you realize that no matter what the outward appearance is and what you have to do for whatever, they don't get to actually take away your internal thoughts. They don't get to take away your enjoyment of things. No one can do that but you. So you find happiness enjoying your circumstances. And maybe you can't blast them online, but we never used to anyway. So enjoy things you enjoy. Find mirth where you can. This is just advice for whenever you're down. Like this isn't like my situation. It's every situation. Take mirth where you can, find joy where you can. And remember that the only person who can prevent you from having those internal reactions and opinions is you. That's it. State can't do it. Internet trolls can't do it. No one can. You have to choose to no longer find the good in life. So find it for your own fucking health, because if you don't, you'll die. There's no other way to say it. Crasscat says, why did you lie to us for so long after we defended you for over a year? I'm not particularly aware of lying to you, but I don't know what you're referring to. So sorry. I also never asked anybody to defend me ever.